So, time to talk about Okita. Now, I'm the first to admit I'm not a fan of Okita's gameplay. I really, really do not like how they buffed her skills. Shikuchi, I really don't like it for how it wants you to play. Um, we'll get into that when we talk about skills. But for me, Okita was carried by her base stats and her quick cards, and then also her MP because her MP was pretty decent. Now her MP is even better, and it's gonna make these even better. So let us get started. Base attack 12.0. I'm gonna round this to 12.1k. Good. It is on the better side of 5 stars. 11.5 is kind of like the midpoint of when units start having high and low attack. This is above that point. HP on the lower side, but if you know Okita, she's coming in for the kill real quick, and then she's dipping out. MP charge 1.09%. It's why her refund is like really really dumb. This version of Okita is the reason all the other versions of her, including the altar, all have like ridiculously stupid gains for the type of character they are. Summer Okita has a 3-hit quick MP and is able to loop. 3-hit quick. Marie Caster is an art servant, and she would struggle more than Okita Assassin. I'm just saying. Neutral balance. This is a problem when it comes to bond farming because neutral and balance, they don't work with the CEs. Saber doesn't have a card yet. But she does get costume owning. So at least she has one CE to help her bond farm, at the very least. Extra attack, 3 hits, not great, but it kind of does make sense because of her MP that it would be 3 hits. So would I like this to be 5? Yeah, but probably not gonna do that. All right, moving on, and we're talking about the buff I hate the most, Shikuchi. So this is a 1-turn quick mana burst. That's number 1. They don't do 1-turn mana burst of 50%. At this point in the game, most of them are 3 times 3 turns or 30%. Them and then the other part. When you normal attack, you get a 20% attack buff. So here's the issue with this. If your MP is not doing enough damage to break bar, you have to put cards in front of the MP to up the damage. But if you do that, you don't get refund. So they gave her a buff that could be buffing her MP, but instead you have to sacrifice cards to make that work. And before Mighty Chains, that wasn't an issue. But that is a huge issue with QABs because Quick has the benefit of being able to crit really hard with their Buster card and also refund really well with the Arts card because it's going to crit. A lot of Quick servants have one Arts card, and usually that Arts card is really good if it crits. But this skill is making you want to pop those cards before the MP. So if it's Buster MP, it's not a problem because you weren't going to get refund on those cards anyway. But if you have Quick and Arts cards, it's a major problem because you if your face cards are not going to break bar, like you're pretty much shit out of luck if because MP in the last slot isn't going to get any kind of damage bonus because MPs aren't affected by card position. But face cards are. So that means you have to be relying on your face cards being in position 3 and getting a 40% attack buff. I don't like this skill. I don't think I ever liked it when I came out, and I thought it was a really, really stupid buff. Them making both of these effects one turns fucked Okita up so much for how, like, it didn't fuck her up for year 1 gameplay. It fucked her up for the year 5 on gameplay. That's my issue with this skill. It's not good for her. It doesn't work in a meta with break bars. But I can't keep ranting about Shikuchi. I've been saying the same shit for actual 5 years at this point. Almost 5 years, 4 or 3. It's all starting to blend at this point. All right, moving on. Again, the 1-turn buffs. But at least this one gave a battery. So the original skill was star weight. Are we seeing like where the issue with Okita actually comes from? It comes from the fact that her buffs came way, way, way too soon. But she still needed those buffs because they made her skills so shit. They made everything else about this servant so fucking good, they had to give her dog shit skills. And it pisses me the fuck off because I want to like this character. I think her interactions with Nobu and the rest of the Shinsengumi is great. But they actively make me not want to even get this character. This is one of the few characters I truly don't have on any of my accounts, and it's her skills that literally make it so. Jack gets the fucking pass. Jack got the pass for this because she had more than one quick card. More than 2 quick cards. She had the mana burst, but it was also tied to a dodge. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it is hypocritical that I give Jack the pass and not Okita, but Jack also had like just with the MP, she actually did have like more utility. But this video is about Okita, not Jack. Let's keep going. So current skill, 1000% star weight, 50% crit damage for a turn. This is another issue I'm gonna go over pretty soon. And a 30 battery. I don't have an issue with the 30 battery. Why the fuck is a 1-turn crit buff only 50%? So again, another issue with this, and it comes back to Shikuchi. The best way to use Shikuchi is to get a full Brave Chain, and then on the extra attack, that has 80% attack for this turn. Another reason why this is as gimped as it is, but in terms of damage, extra hit count has nothing to do with it. It's refund and star gen. She has 2 skills that you don't want to use your MP on that turn. And one of them has a battery tied to it. So please explain what the fuck I'm actually supposed to think of this character. When it's making you want to crit when you're trying to MP, and you are penalized for MPing in the turn you're supposed to be critting. Like, I'm not usually this critical. And again, Jack gets the pass because her skills are dog shit, but they don't fuck with her gameplay. Okita's skills actively fuck with her gameplay, and it annoys the shit out of me. And I feel bad for someone like Mist, whose like favorite character is Okita. I wish her skills were better for him. I don't have this character. I don't use this character like that. But this is like such a headlining FGO character that has her own goddamn manga. And from what I've heard, like Okita is a fucking menace. Like, how is her kit still this lackluster? Third skill, dodge for a turn, 40% crit damage. Eye of Mind False. This skill has been buffed so many times too. This is a very common skill getting buffed at the A rank, like Okita. But the fact of the matter is, Okita's almost had every single skill buffed. And I truly don't know whether I want them to buff this skill or not. I know Okita literally just got her buff today when I'm recording this, but I'm still thinking she needs another buff. Because this just isn't it. This should be 100% if it's gonna be for one turn. Otherwise, why make it 3 turns? This. There's no way you can fix this skill to make it not broken. Because if they make this 3 turns, and if they make this 3 turns, but keep this 1 turn, that is the only conceivable way I see it working out. You cannot make this part. You cannot make this one 3 turns. So I really am afraid they're gonna do another lackluster buff for her. That is honestly my biggest fear for Okita. That the next buff they give her is gonna be shit again. And honestly, who knows when or if that's even gonna happen. Magic Resistance E, Riding E. But they're kind of forgetting her tuberculosis. Reconstitution. Yeah, wait, didn't she have? I guess. Oh wait, no, they put it on the assassin. The assassin actually basically has the weak constitution shit. Well, in FGO, like they just make it a gag, but like I'm pretty sure it's an actual skill she has, like in the red line, like weak constitution. But yeah, her passive's not really doing it for her. So like they made this part really good with the initial release, but they literally made this and this dog shit. Pen skills, you want this leveled. Since she is a DPS, and especially if you're gonna do the full crit Shikuchi, this is gonna just make that extra attack better. But don't expect it to be genning stars or doing a lot of refund. That's gonna come from pretty much the rest of her cards. Again, Quick doesn't really do cooldown reduction like this, like Buster or Arts. However, these two are on really short cooldowns. It is possible you can do back-to-back Shikuchi just because of how low the cooldown is. It's just not really likely with Quick. They don't do cooldown reduction like that. She does have double Buster, so if you want to try to put Vichin to up the crit, especially against humans, man attribute enemies, Okita is a manslayer. Alright, MP. I am now doing monthly $5 giveaways as a way to give back to my channel. I recently hit 500 subs and I want to keep giving back to the people that support me. All you have to do is comment on one of my videos during the month. Doesn't even have to be a video I make that month, and you are entered to win. 5 people can win every month with 1 win per person per month. Only 1 comment is counted as an entry every month. I will send you the prize in a way that works for both of us. Thank you for watching. Now let's get back to the video. So, this is the original one. 3-hit quick, single target. Defense Pierce is the main effect. So she always had Defense Pierce, which again, at that point in the game was super, super rare. It's why she had so much value, even though her skills were bad. It's because for damage cut, defense up, she just bypassed that shit. I believe this works on... I believe it works on damage cut. It is late. It is time to sleep soon. Forgive me if I'm forgetting stuff. But the main selling point was this overcharge. 30% base of 30% base at OC for OC1. Scales up to 50. Yet one at overcharge 3 and then 2 follow-ups, and you had 100% defense down. So it didn't even matter if the enemy had defense buffs. You were still going to like just beat the shit out of them. But you wanted the defense down for face cards, not for the MP. The MP is the only thing that has defense pierce, and not your skills. So again, that's why this actually mattered. And again, that was kind of the issue with the way Shikuchi worked, was because Okita doesn't get defense pierce in her face cards. If you wanted the MP to do a lot of damage, you needed to go first. But if the enemy had so much defense buffs that the face cards wouldn't do the job, you were just shit out of luck. This kind of saves your ass on that and makes Shikuchi easier to work with, but you have to sacrifice basically your MP doing damage. And at that point in the game, I don't think our MPs were nearly as strong, and our face cards either, for that matter, too. Because I know Ruler Scotty wasn't out when at least Shikuchi came out. I know that for a fact. But that's the old MP. Now, all it was a damage buff up top. They didn't add another normal effect, but they did add two other overcharge effects. Quick res down, crit damage resistance down for 3 turns. So now, every time she MPs, she's gonna refund even better. Now, so this critical damage resistance, I just want to be 100% sure this is the same thing as other characters. So just 1 second. I don't want to misspeak on this point, because this one specifically, I tend to get messed up. Okay, yes. Brought up Lilith. Crit damage res down. Crit damage res down. So, this is not like Khazra Drop. This is like Lilith. This ups crit damage for the party. And also, I believe... no, sorry. I don't want to misspeak on this point. Fact of the matter is, this is not going to affect your refund. This is only affecting damage for the next few turns. I do plan to look more into the formula, like of them adding this debuff, because apparently people are saying it works slightly differently. Like, it's not 1-to-1 the same as crit damage. It works just a little differently, but I need to dig in the math, because I can't confirm who actually said that. But yeah, so higher damage scaling and ramp up. I can't say no to that. But yeah, this chart is part of the reason I have issues with Shikuchi. It's straight up saying that in order to beat Musashi's damage at MP1, you have to use your face cards for this. They both have buffed MPs, but Musashi hits so hard you have to give up refund to hit that damage. It is what it is. Bon CE, 25% crit damage while she's on the field. This is not a Bon CE, I would say, is Grand Saber. It's not selfish, even though Okita really could have gotten a selfish damage CE, and I think it would have helped her out a lot more. But yeah, this is Okita. I try to give every character a fair shake. To be completely fair, I think she's so much better than Sigurd. It's not even funny. Like, I shit talk Sigurd so much, and I shit talk Okita a lot in this video. They're nowhere close. Okita is at least B on my other lists. I would have always ranked. I would be insulted if they were on the same level, because they're definitely not. She feels way better to use. I'm talking strictly for how her kit's supposed to work versus how she feels using, because I can't know how a character feels if I literally don't have them on any account. All right, so I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like or sub. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.